Hey guys, welcome back to Do It Live, and it's summertime, so it's time for garage sales, moving sales, clear out sales, whatever you want to call it. People have stuff they want to get rid of. It's a nice summertime to go out and do that. Do garage sales, put them out on the lawn, get rid of some stuff and make some money, and that's what we're taking advantage of. So let's take a look at what we've gotten so far for this month of July. As you know, getting rid of things is kind of hard. You store it up, you store it away, and you realize you need the space, and it's time to start getting rid of stuff. And that's where we jump in and start making some deals for ourselves, get some things that we want on the cheap, and maybe have some fun doing it. It's all about the hunt, and that's the best part. So, as you know, I do Kijiji and Craigslist all the time, but garage sales can sometimes be just as good, if not better, because people are pretty much just paying you to take it away from them. Sometimes they don't want to have to carry it out or have to travel to meet people, so they sell it then and there, willing to get rid of it for cents, dollars, not too much at all. So let's go take a look at some of my stuff. So some of these are not garage sale stuff. My garage sale stuff is over there, and it's a lot to bring over for the video, so we'll go to the stuff in a little bit. So just recently I met with someone who was getting rid of some PlayStation 2 games, PS1 games, PSP, Xbox 360, whole mound of stuff all at once, and he was asking a very low price for all this stuff, and we can take a look at it quickly. Don't be afraid to use some of your resources, because you never know what you might find and what people are looking to get rid of. It's pretty interesting. It's pretty surprising how quickly they want it gone. So don't be afraid to ask if there's something you're looking for at a garage sale. Don't be afraid to ask if they have it, if they haven't put it out, because sometimes they're just starting to go through their stuff and they're just putting out what they can find at the moment. So I went to one garage sale, asked if they had some video games, and their son had an entire basement full of games that he was trying to get rid of stuff. And that's where I swooped in and started to pick up some good stuff. And for pretty cheap. He wasn't looking for much at all. So it was pretty awesome. So let's take a look at some of the stuff I got from this one guy. Just pull most of it out. A lot of good stuff, I will have to say. I think it was this. There you go. From one guy, picked up, oh god, can't even organize it nicely for you. So this is all the stuff that he had. So a bunch of PlayStation 1, Xbox 360, PlayStation 2, Nintendo DS, even a couple Super Nintendo games. And I actually got rid of one of them already. So I'll pick up the camera and you guys can take a look at, oh, nope, can do it a little bit better. But damn. Alright, so a whole bunch of PS3 and Xbox 360 games. These ones trade TB games for about $4 or $5 each, also known as GameStop in the US. So these, 6 games already gives me about $25 to $30 in trade, and I paid $70 for all of this. So this is a hard to come by DS game. It's about $30 or $40. It's a couple sports games, but a lot of the games he had were decent. These ones are the most valuable ones. These are just shelf filler really. But in that, he had Metal Gear Solid for PSP, no cases, so kind of crappy, but that's okay. One game was worthwhile, and that's fine. Killer Instinct for the Super Nintendo, which is not a super expensive game, but always nice to have in general. But these were games that I wanted to pick up myself, but to be able to pick them up all at once with a whole bunch of freebies was nice. Final Fantasy 7, 8, and 9. Those are like $25, $30 games. And then Tenchu Stealth Assassins is a game I played when I was a kid, so that was great to pick up there. And then a whole bunch of extra PS1 games here. Legacy of Kain, FIFA, NBA, some meh ones. But there's like Pac-Man, Battle Arena. Oh, there was a Spyro. The guy had a Spyro in his collection, which I already sold for 30 bucks or so, 35. So yeah, like this is 25. I sold that for 30, and I can sell the rest for more But pretty much I'm getting all these games for, like, I paid $60. So if I sell the things that are value, I get all the rest of the stuff for free, and it's always good for you to do stuff like that. We'll go to the other room and take a look at the other stuff that I found. But this was one dude, $70. Oh, he also had NBA Jam, which I sold for $20. The Spiral for $35, so that was $55. So essentially, I paid $5 for the rest of the stuff, and if I trade some of the games, or if I sell some of them, even more money, but a lot more for my collection. Let's go take a look at what else we have. So we're here. I know, a little bit sweaty because I've been moving around to try to get to different places to show you what I've gotten. But next up, we have someone who had a garage sale and supposedly didn't sell their games too well. Really shocking, because there's a lot of people out there trying to get games right now, like myself. And yeah, so they were trying to get rid of, I believe it was 29 games, something like that. And they had it posted at the garage sale, $4 each, take 3 for like $10 or something like that. And that sounds pretty good. But for me, I'm trying to keep it at $2 and under if I can, so that I don't spend too much. But I was able to talk them down to 35 for all 29. So let's go take a look. Take a look, take a look. Turn off my screens because I ruined the light here. So, sorry for the hasty video, but I gotta make one for you guys. So, an Xbox One game. Yes, it's a sports game, so that's a little crappy. But you got FIFA. This is all the sports games. This girl's son had. Look at this. FIFA 08 to 11. There's even a South Africa FIFA game that came out the same year as the 2010. That's 2 games for soccer in the same year, and you probably paid like $60 each. Like, that's $60 every year. Can you imagine? That gets kind of costly, right? But those are just the sports games. It's about 12 there. But the rest of the games were half decent, and that's a lot of them there. Some of the notable ones here would be, you know, Gears of War. I believe there's a Halo here somewhere. No. Here, right here. Marvel Ultimate Alliance and Forza Motorsport 2. That came in one package. The only way you could have gotten it is if you bought the Xbox 360 with the bundle that came with those two. That's the only way they're included together. So this one is not the easiest to come by. See, one side's Marvel, one side's Forza. So this is not too easy to come by. You got some PGR Project Gotham Racing, but these games are pretty decent, and for $1.10 a piece, something like that, $1.20 a piece, $1.30 a piece, I can't go wrong. I'll play some of them. I'll keep some of them for the collection, and I might end up trading or selling the ones that I don't end up using. Funny enough is people don't really look inside their game cases to see what games they have, and there was 2 extra games sitting in some of them. Another sports game and a Guitar Hero, not worth too much. I'd rather have the case, but free is free, right? Extra is extra. It's a lot more than I thought I would get. And then at garage sales, there was someone who had a bunch of DVDs, and you can always tell when they have Xbox games because you'll see like a green game case. Sometimes you'll see a white game case. So I had a bunch of these, and I just asked how much these 3 were. Max Payne, Myst, and Godfather. And he was like, 50 cents each, and I was like, 50 cents each, I like that. But obviously, game face, 50 cents, okay. And he was like, you know, if you take 3, I'll give you for $1. And he had 7 games, so I was like, how about $2 for all of your games? Like, yeah, sure. And $2 for 7 games can't go wrong, even though 3 of them are sports games, whatever. For 30 cents each, you really can't complain. Got this for 50 cents. It's just Fight Night, but it's nice to have a case for PSP. And then I asked the people who sold this, I asked if they had any old games, and they were getting rid of Sega Genesis, which they said they're going through the rest of their stuff, so they'll have to call me later. But it's always nice to ask because they may have some stuff that you're looking for that they may not have out. And it doesn't pertain to just games. If there's something else that you're interested in, don't be hesitant to ask. These people are trying to get rid of stuff too, and if it can go in your hands and you can get a decent price for it, it helps them out too, trust me. So yeah, there was that. And then at a garage sale, like I said, someone's son had a bunch of games, and so I didn't get too much from him, but the stuff I got from him, wow, it was cheap. So he had a Sega Genesis 32X. This is an attachment to the old Sega Genesis to make it more powerful. There was that there. He even included one game. He's like, you gotta have a game to play with it. So Doom, the really old Doom on the 32X, that was nice to get there. Really weird, but he had some computer parts. For those of you that watch my computer videos, this is 2 sticks of HyperX DDR4 RAM Fury. They retail for about $170. He asked for $30 for these two. How could I say no? You can't even get 4 gigs of DDR4 for $30. So, and the last thing I got from him was Final Fantasy VIII, which turns out I already had because I bought it from someone else's loot of games. But for all of that, I got it for $40. Really, these two you can sell by themselves for about $100, so I would have made $60 and got 3 free things. He also threw in an NES game, which I can't find right now, Track and Field, but whatever. Free, I like it. So I have one more box to go through. I'm telling you, I barely spent much at all. I think I spent maybe $150 for all these things combined, and really, I made a lot of that money back. Let's go take a look at that last box. I just picked it up right now before making this video, so I haven't even fully gone through it all. So let's go take a look. So I realized that I got so much stuff that the video was quite long, so I'm going to cut it here, and we'll have a part 2 coming out next week. Because I'll be in chemo, it'd be nice to fill that gap with an extra video. So stay tuned for next week when I show you the rest of the stuff that I got, and plus most of that was in one day, so please check out the next video, which I'll link afterwards, after it's put out. Guys, stay tuned. As always, don't forget to do it live. Get out there, try to check out your latest garage sales, check out your Kijiji, Craigslist, any of those classified sites. You might find some stuff that you're looking for cheap, and right now, especially games, is a hot ticket to start looking around for. But don't take them from me. Thanks again, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.